We're gonna do this. Together, take an inhale and come up on your toes. Really press your hands into the mat, bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Feel that in your hamstrings. Just hold here for a moment up on your toes. And now come down, bringing your heels closer to the mat. Maybe feeling that stretch in your shins, in your calves. Maybe taking a little bit of the bend out of your legs. Now I want you to rise up on your toes with an inhale. Keep your hands firmly planted on the mat. I want you to tippy toe tiny little steps to the top of your mat, holding your hands on the mat for as long as you can. Coming into ragdoll, letting everything hang heavy. And you take notice. Where are you tight? Where's your tension? Take this moment to breathe into that space. Relaxing your body, your mind. Now one vertebrae at a time, with a little micro bend in your knees. I want you to slowly rise up to standing. Arms down by your side, palms face out, shoulders are relaxed. Now let's do some shoulder rolls. Roll them back 3 times, use some breath. And then after the third one, roll your shoulders forward. And then together, extended mountain pose. Reach your arms up. Look up with an inhale. And now fold forward as you exhale. Move slow. We're just warming up. Take a halfway lift. Breathe in. Put that length in your spine. And take notice of your neck. I want to make sure that your neck stays in line with your spine. So you're not looking up. You're looking down at the floor. Fold forward and exhale. Take a halfway lift again. Breathe in. Fold forward, exhale. And one more. Halfway lift, breathe in. Place your hands down on the mat and step back for a high plank and hold it here. Your hands press into the mat, first 2 knuckles, thumb pad. You feel your shoulders engaged. You're pushing yourself away from the mat and your core is tight. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Press back, down dog. Feel that stretch in your back. And while you're here, pull your core in. Can you press a little bit more with your hands, bringing your chest a little closer to your thighs? Come back forward to that high plank. Hug your elbows, and I want you to lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Your nose is basically touching the mat. Bring your arms out diagonal, cupping the floor with your fingertips. And then you press up for seal pose, lifting with your heart. And then exhale, bringing your nose back down to the mat. Inhale, seal pose. Exhale, release, come down. Last one, inhale, seal. Exhale, come down. Bring your hands out in a T. Bend your right knee. And I want you to sort of pivot over, roll your hip over so that right foot goes behind you towards the left arm. Bring the right arm up to the sky. So we're basically opening up our hips here. We're not completely warm yet, so it's okay if it's really tight. We're just gonna breathe into this space. Come back center, bringing that arm back down on the mat, teeing it out. Both legs extend. Now bend at the left knee. Take an inhale and then lean over to the right. Maybe that left arm reaches up. Come back to a T, nose to mat. We're gonna do this one more time. Bend the right knee, rotate over to the left. Your left temple's down the mat. This time I want you to take your right arm and grab the top foot of your right foot, creating a quad stretch here while opening up your left shoulder. And then come back center. Bend your left knee. Push it over to the right. And then when you're ready, taking that top foot, noticing maybe one side might be harder or more sore than the other. Nice and slow. Center yourself back. Bring your hands close to your rib cage. Tuck your toes under. Ignite your core, ignite your thighs. You press up, high plank. Press back, down dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Together, rise in your toes with an inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees. Look at your hands. Take a giant step forward. Take a halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold, let it go. Rise up, extended mountain pose. Sweep your arms up, reach and look. Forward fold, let go. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step back for a chaturanga. Try to place your hands down directly below your feet as you step back for your high. Elbows hug tight, low plank. Untuck your toes, press upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Float your right leg to the sky. And with that left foot, continue to press into the ball of your feet. Don't let the weight sink down in your arch of your foot. Press up, create that power, and ground your feet down. Ground your hands down into the mat, pressing your chest a little closer again to your left thigh. And that right leg is long. And you breathe. And lower that right leg down. With a big inhale, float your left leg to the sky. And again, think about pressing the ball of your right foot into the mat, creating power, lifting that leg with length, maybe taking out any bend in the knee. And breathe. Lower your left leg down. Together, breathe in. Exhale. Take a giant step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold out. Rise up, extended mountain pose. Use your core to pull you up, reach and look. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step back, chaturanga. Again, place your hands directly below you. Press upward facing dog. Weight is on the tops of your feet, so your hips, your knees are off the mat. And then you press back with long arms, long legs to down dog. Together, breathe in. Breathe out. Walker hop forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold out. This time, Utkatasana chair pose. You sink your hips low, and then you lift your heart and let your gaze follow. Bringing your arms, reaching up for the sky, and make the adjustments in your core. Tailbone slightly tucked, protecting your lower back. Shifting the weight to your heels. Try lifting your toes. Try shaking your head yes and no, taking any tension out of your neck. And if these arms are too much, you come into cactus, pulling and peeling your shoulder blades back. And you breathe. For 3, 2, and then on 1, forward fold, let it go all the way down. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Step back, chaturanga. Press upward facing dog, big breath in. Downward facing dog, let it go. Float your right leg to the sky, nice and high. And then when you're ready, step it forward for warrior 1. Let your feet land, take position, and then you rise, letting your drishti follow. You settle into your pose. And without looking, take note. Is your knee caving in? If so, make sure that your knee aligns directly over your ankle of that right forward leg. Cactus your arms here, pull back, and I want you to breathe. You're powerful in this pose. The warrior poses are so powerful. Your drishti, your focus, helps to create that power. For 3, 2, on 1, reach up, look up, big breath in. And now chaturanga, arms down to the mat. Step back, maybe you float that right leg as you come down low plank. Press upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the left side. Lift that leg really high first in that 3-legged dog, and then step it forward, landing and lifting with breath. Maybe cactus your arms here. And what are your toes doing on that front left foot? See if you can lift the weight up off your toes. Wiggle your toes at the top. And then that back foot, see if you can push a little bit more into the knife edge of your foot, the long part of your foot. For 3, 2, and on 1, reach up, look up, maybe hinge back a little. And as you exhale, chaturanga, hands on the mat, float that left leg as you come into low plank. Press upward facing dog. And this time I want you to come back into child's pose. Dropping your seat, your glutes down to your heels, letting your head, forehead come down to the mat. Taking a big breath in, big breath out. Walk your hands over to the right side. Place that right hand on top of your left and really create a stretch here. Feel your side body right up through your armpit. Open and stretch. Bring your hands center. Take a big breath in this child's pose. And then as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Bring that right hand on top of the left. Breathe into this space. Bring your hands back center. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come back to tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, tuck your toes under, press back, down dog. This time I want you to take a really wide down dog. So basically keep your hands for now where they are, but widen your feet. Maybe your feet are off your mat. Just changing up sort of our routine, just a little bit. Come up on your toes, walk your feet back into the what would be normal for your down dog. whatever that might be, whatever's comfortable. Take a breath in, rise on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Take a giant step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold out. Rise up, Utkatasana chair pose. You sink, you lift with breath in. And forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, put length. Step back for your chaturanga. Your elbows hug tight. You press up, breathing in big here. Press back, down dog. Warrior one on the right side. Open up to warrior two. And your fingers are active here. They're reaching front, they're reaching back. Your knee is directly over your ankle. Reverse your warrior, we're gonna hold it here. So reach that right arm up. That left arm slides down as much as it can, down your left leg. And keep your right shoulder open. Again, allowing your chest to see the sky. And you breathe. Come back to warrior two. Strong, powerful arms here. Take a breath in. And now chaturanga. Cartwheel your arms down to the mat. Maybe float that right leg as you come down to low plank. Press upward facing dog. Press back, down dog. Warrior one on the left side. Breathing in. And then opening to warrior two. Reverse your warrior here. Maybe this time tuck your right arm behind your lower back, allowing maybe a little more space as you're reversing. Breathe and hold. If there's a little bend in your arm, try putting length in it. For 3, 2, on 1, come to warrior 2. Hold it here for a moment. Together, breathe in. And now chaturanga. Cartwheel your arms down. Float that left leg as you come into low plank. Press upward facing dog. Down dog. Try doing it at the same time, but I want you to come into dolphin pose, bringing both forearms down in the mat at the same time. And if you didn't get there, press back up again, just trying it again. And it's okay if you can't, but just trying. So in dolphin pose, our forearms are parallel together to each other. And you gotta really think about pressing your forearms into the mat, pushing your head further away from the mat, because if we let it sink, our hair is touching, which is absolutely fine, but press away. Imagine your mat is hot. Walk your toes in just a little bit closer towards your elbows. Feel this, and I want you to breathe. For 3, 2, and on 1, press into your hands, come back to down dog. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Come back to dolphin pose, land softly with control, and you press down and away. And you breathe. 3, 2, and on 1, press up, down dog. Come down to your knees, come down to puppy pose. Bringing your glutes, your bum down to your heels. Let your forehead just drop. Take a breath. Now I want you to come up basically into tabletop, so you're up on your knees. And now we're going to do a full puppy pose. The mini puppy pose is when your glutes are down to your heels. A full puppy pose is your hips are high, you're up on your knees. Walk your hands out, and if you can, drop your forehead down to the mat. Maybe try also cupping your fingers. This opens up and spreads your back body just a little bit more. And again, bringing your head down where it's comfortable. Finding this space and breathing into it. Walk your hands back to tabletop. And now I want you to have your elbows hug tight and shift forward so you come back down onto your belly. Maybe readjust where you need to. We're going to do this again. I want you to tee out your arms. Bend at your right knee. And then I want you to roll over to the left. Bringing your left temple down in the mat. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Big breath in. And then maybe grab the top of that right foot, creating again a quad stretch, opening your shoulder. With that quad stretch, try truly like kicking into your hand, almost like we're doing dancer's pose, but on the ground. So your foot is kicking into your hand is trying and creating this bind. You can feel it right in your quad. Come back center. Take a big breath in. And now kick that left knee. And then when you're ready, I want you to roll over. Doing this on the other side. Grabbing your left foot. And when you're ready, come back center. Bring your hands close to your rib cage. Tuck your toes under, ignite your core, your thighs. You press high plank, press back, down dog. Together, breathe in, rise in your toes. Bend your knees, look at your hands. Take a giant step forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold out. Rise up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step back for your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on the right side. And now bend at the knee for sunbird. And with your knee, I want you to draw giant circles. About 3 of them, one direction. Really opening up your hips. After that third one, reverse the direction of your circle. Straighten that right leg. Take a big inhale, come up in the toes of your right. Bring that, of your left, bring that right knee to right elbow, shifting forward. Kick it back, three-legged dog, inhale. Right knee to left elbow. Bring that leg closer to your chest. Kick it back, inhale. Now step it forward for low crescent lunge. Keep your hands down on the mat. And now I want you to twist open to the right. Your left hand stays on the mat. Your right arm reaches up to the sky. And allow your back leg to ignite, lifting up at the knee. Creating length and power in all of your limbs so that you can twist open. Bring your right hand down to the mat and now step back for three-legged dog on the right. Big inhale here. Kick it back, sunbird. Stay or flip your dog. Heels to the mat and lift your hips to the sky. You press your weight into your heels, into that left arm. Put length in that right arm, reaching in front of you. Come back to high plank. And now side plank, heels to the right. Come back to high plank, press back, down dog. Maybe shake out your head. Left leg to the sky with a big inhale. Open up for sunbird. And then draw those big circles. 3 one way. Nice and slow, make your circles big. And then the other direction. Continue to breathe. Now I want you to flip your dog. Come back to 3-legged dog on the left. Big inhale. Come up on the toes of your right. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow. Kick it back. 3-legged dog. Inhale. Left knee to right elbow. Hinge forward. Kick it back. 3-legged dog. Inhale. Step it forward for low crescent lunge. And then when you're ready, you twist open to the left. Left arm reaches high. Lift up that back knee. For 3, 2, and on 1, place your hand back down on the mat. Kick it back, 3-legged dog. Big inhale. Open up, sunbird. We already flipped our dog. So extend that left leg back out again straight. Lower it back down to the mat. Come into high plank. This time side plank, heels to the left. Create power in your limbs. You press up, you press away. You lift your hips a little bit further away from the mat. For 3, 2, and on 1, come back to high plank. Drop down to your knees. Press back, mini puppy pose. Your glutes, your buns to your heels. Drop your head. Take a breath in. Let it go. And another one in. Let it go. Come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Again, shift forward, come all the way down to your belly, nice and slow. You untuck your toes. We're going to do this again. Bring your arms out in a T. Bend at the right knee. When you're ready, roll over to the left. Maybe grabbing your top foot, creating that dancer's pose or quad stretch. Maybe your eyes closed and I want you to breathe. Slowly come back center, move slow. And now bend the left knee, roll over to the right. And when you're ready, grab that top foot, create that dancer's pose as you lie down. Again, take notice. Maybe one side is a little bit harder or more tense than the other, and that's okay. Every day, we are different. Every moment, we are different. And positive talk. We always have to continue positive talk to ourselves and to others around us. We need cheerleading and we need to be the cheerleader just as much. Come back center. Bring your hands close to your rib cage. Tuck your toes under. Ignite your core, your thighs. You press up high plank. You press back down dog. Settle into your down dog. Together, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Take a giant step forward, halfway lift, forward fold, exhale. Utkatasana chair pose. And while you're here, I want you to find cactus arms. Nice work. All right, so I want you to find your drishti, find that spot. Take a big breath in, drop a half an inch, try lifting your toes. Take a breath in, drop a half an inch, take a breath in, and now prayer hands twist to the right. That left elbow locks onto your right knee, and you continue to press equally both feet into the ground. And you try to have your hips lower than your heart. And in your prayer hands, you're really pressing and trying to align the middle of your chest bone with your prayer hands. Your chin is slightly tucked, but you're looking up at the ceiling for 3, 2, and on 1, come to chair pose center, and you breathe for 3, 2, and on 1, forward fold. Heel toe your feet hip distance width apart. Take your peace fingers, wrap around your big toes. Take a breath in, put length in your spine. And as you exhale, create that bind, dropping your head, your neck, allowing your elbows to come out to the sides. And you're pulling up on your toes. And your toes are pressing down on your fingers. And you feel that good stretch. And you shake your head no. You shake your head yes. You just be. Release your toes. I want you to heel toe your feet together. Place your left hand on your left hip. Peace fingers of your right. Wrap it around your right big toe. Shift your weight to your left foot. And when you're ready, I want you to slowly rise to a standing leg raise. And if that's not available, you grab your knee, your ankle, wherever it might be. And then you open up to the side wall. Wherever you are, even if we're just holding our knee, stand tall. Stand as tall as you can, because that is what will get us there to then extend out. So we first start with that length. And know that every time you do this, you improve. I swear, I know it. I see it and I know it. Bring your knee back, center. Release your grip, arms up to the sky. Now I want you to extend your leg out. Your leg doesn't need to go high, so I want you to still have a very strong core here, but feel your quad ignite here. And you pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I want you to slowly hinge forward, coming into airplane pose. Allow your drishti, your gaze, to now maybe look down at the floor, but still create an upward lift with your chest as you're in airplane. Nice. Nice work. Nice work. And isn't it beautiful that one foot balances and moves? Our foot has the most, our feet have the most bones in our entire body. But think of the capabilities and what it does and the function of the foot balancing us. When you're ready, if you can, I want you to open up to a half moon. Maybe you grab onto a block. Maybe your hand just comes down to the mat. Wherever you are, ignite all of your limbs, including that lifted right leg. It's the power in our limbs that, again, help create your balance. And then slowly step out of this, bring that top foot to meet with the other. Take a halfway lift, big breath in, forward fold out. And then when you're ready, slowly come to chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop your hips first, and then lift your heart, lift your gaze. And we've got this. Nice work. I have such a love-hate for this chair pose, but know that it's the ones that we despise are the ones that we need. The beauty of this pose is we're using our transverse abs. These are the abs that wrap completely around our entire waist. Parts of our abs that we never, if you think about, really ever use. And so this is beautiful. Together, breathe in. Prayer hands twist to the left. Your right elbow locks onto your left knee. You drop your hips a little lower and create that equal weight of both feet pressing into the mat. And where's your breath? Hear it. Listen to yourself breathe. Lengthen the breath to smooth out your heartbeat. For 3, 2, and on 1, you come back, chair pose center, and you've got this. Ready? Arms up, and you breathe. For 3, 2, and on 1, forward fold, you release, you let go, and it feels so good. Heel toe your feet hip distance, and now step into gorilla pose, where you step on the palms of your hand. Maybe your knees are bent here. First, you take a breath in for some length. And as you exhale, create that bind, maybe straightening your legs just a little bit more. Shifting to some weight into the balls of your feet, pressing down on the palms of your hand. And where's your head? Shake it. Let any tension go in the neck. Release your step here, creating that little bend in your knees. Heel toe your feet together. Right hand on right hip. Peace fingers of left around the left toe. Shift your weight to your right foot. And when you're ready, you slowly rise to a standing leg raise. Let your drishti be strong here. Find that one spot that you look at. When you're ready, you open up to the side wall. Nice length in both of your spines. You stand tall in that one standing foot for 3, 2, and on 1, bring your legs center, bring your arms up to the sky, you extend your leg out, you feel your quad activate, you pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With that same strong drishti, you slowly hinge forward to airplane pose. Notice your drishti moves, but it's still strong. And you imagine stepping on that back wall. Your arms are behind you and they're activated. There's sparking energy coming out of your fingertips. Your pinkies sort of roll in. And then when you're ready, come down to half moon. And you wobble, you shift, and that's okay. You readjust and you refocus. Just like in life, we're constantly being knocked off what our focus is at the moment, but you readjust. And you laugh and you cry, and those are all beautiful. Don't take it so serious. And that's advice to myself as well. Step that top foot down to meet with the other. Take a big halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold out. Rise all the way up. Extend to mountain pose. Breathe in. Prayer hands to heart center. Exhale. We're going to do some dancer's pose. So, find your focal point. I needed a sip. Find your focal point. And when you're ready, start with your hands on your hips. Your core is already activating. And I want you to kick back your right foot into your right hand. I like to have my palm face out, but you can choose how you wish to grab your foot.
And then reach that left arm up to the sky, create that length, activate and spark those fingers. Take an inhale. And then when you're ready, start to hinge forward, reaching your fingers towards the front of the room and starting to kick your leg back into your hand, kind of like what we've been doing on the floor. And again, taking appreciation and notice of that standing foot moving, wobbling to try to find the balance. How powerful are you? You are so powerful. For 3, 2, and on 1. Slowly step out of this. Sweep your arms up. Big breath in. Prayer hands to heart center. Exhale. Do that one more time. Extended mountain pose. Big breath in. Prayer hands to heart center. Exhale. Place your hands on your hips. We'll do dancer pose on the left. So kick your left foot back. Your right arm extends up. Take a big breath in. And then when you're ready, come into your pose. Feel that push and pull. You're kicking into your hand. Your hand is pulling. There's power throughout your whole body. For 3, 2, and on 1. Slowly step out of this. Sweep your arms up. Big breath in. Prayer hands to heart center. Exhale. Do that again. Breathe in. Extended mountain pose. Prayer hands to heart center. Exhale. We're going to do some eagle pose. So again, find your drishti. I like to start in Utkatasana or chair pose. And then it's eagle on the right. So it's right leg over. And then your right arm under. And wherever you are, you can have a little kickstand in your foot if you'd like, and then practice with just one foot. But wherever you are, try to lift your elbows up a little higher. But at the same time, peel your shoulder blades back. And then put a little more weight into your standing heel here. And everything pulls in towards your midline, towards the center. And you breathe for 3, 2, and on 1, you step down, you sweep your arms up, big breath in, prayer hands to heart center, exhale, do it again, sweep up, breathe in, prayer hands to heart center, exhale, eagle pose in the left leg over, left arm under. Raise your elbows up so your elbows are in line with your chin. And your drishti is looking right at your wrists, right through them. Isn't it the coolest? It becomes a big blurry spot. For 3, 2, and on 1, step out of this, sweep your arms up, big breath in. Prayer hands this time, fold forward all the way. And I want you to step down onto your mat into a high plank and then slowly lower all the way down to your belly, untucking your toes. And now we're going to do locust pose. And for me, I'm going to do a bind behind my lower back, clasping my hands behind my lower back. And on a breath in, come into locust. If you don't want to have a bind of your hands, you can just reach your hands behind, palms face down. And you lift up at the heart, not your neck, but your heart. So your gaze stays down at your mat, and you lift up at your thighs, creating this little mini back bend. Lift a little higher, just try it. 3, 2, and on 1, come down, maybe rest a cheek for a moment. Take a breath. We're going to do this locust pose again. And again, you can have your arms extend back, or maybe try that shoulder opener, clasping behind your lower back. On your breath in, I want you to pull up. Feel the magnetic pull between your thighs. It's not that your legs need to touch, but feel the pull between center line. For 3, 2, and on 1, lower down. Maybe rest the other cheek. Take a breath. Let it go. Bring your chin back down to the mat or your nose. And this time we're going to do a floor bow. Bending at the knees, grabbing both feet at the top. And on your breath in, you lift up. And again, you create almost like that dancer's pose, the quad stretch. Lifting up at the heart, not the neck. Lifting up at the thighs. Feeling the magnetic pull. And maybe you rock just a little in your belly. For 3, 2, and on 1, lower down. Lower your legs down. Bring your hands close to your rib cage and then press up for upward facing dog. Weight is on the tops of our feet. You might have to shift your hips forward so that you're in upward facing dog, peeling your shoulder blades back. And you breathe for 3, 2, and on 1, press back, down dog. Float your right leg to the sky, big breath in. Now come forward into half pigeon, bringing that right knee to right wrist. Aligning your shin, maybe as much as you can. I can't, but some people can, and that's okay. But your shin to align parallel with the top of your mat. And again, if not, it is no worry, not a stitch of a worry. You take a breath in for length. And then as you exhale, see where you can surrender. Lowering your head, your neck. Feel that sensation of letting go and how fucking beautiful it is to let go, to give it up, to surrender, to take this moment, your moment that you deserve, you have earned, you have worked so hard. You've worked so hard. And life is not perfect by any means, and it never will be. But where can you find the positives? Where can you find your lessons? Where can you find the little pieces of joy? Even in the shit that happens, what can you say that you've learned from that experience? Maybe who we know, who we've become. Slowly press up, lifting up your heart. Tuck your back left toes under. Kick back for three-legged dog on the right side for a counter stretch. Just hold here for a minute, maybe open up to sunbird. Straighten that right leg back again. Lower your right leg down. Float your left leg to the sky with a big breath in. And then find yourself in half pigeon on the left side. And you know what to do. So take your breath first. And then breathe into your space. Your mind stays here. Don't let it wander. Use your breath. Your heartbeat, your kind words to yourself of something simple, something small, but something beautiful to yourself. Slowly press up. Tuck your toes under of your right foot. Press back, three-legged dog for a counter stretch. Big inhale. Maybe you open up sunbird. Lower that left leg down to the mat. And then I want you to step forward, coming onto your backs. We're gonna do one bridge pose. So your heels are close to your glutes, have your feet mostly parallel or facing 12 o'clock. On a breath in, I want you to press your weight into your heels, lifting your hips, and then start to slowly walk your shoulder blades underneath, maybe clasping your hands, and use your whole entire length of your arms to press into the mat, lifting you up a little bit higher, lifting your chest to your chin, your hips rising, the magnetic pull between your thighs. And then I want you to come up on your toes, pressing your shins towards the front of the room. Come back down on your heels, but continue to press up. Drive your arms into the mat, and you breathe for 3, 2, and then on 1, slowly lower your hips down, and then find yourself in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, maybe a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. And I want to read you a poem in this pose, or if you wish to come into Shavasana, but whatever's comfortable. Awakening now. Why wait for your awakening? The moment your eyes are open, seize the day. Would you hold back when the beloved beckons? Would you deliver your litany of sins like a child's collection of seashells, printed and labeled? No, I can't step across the threshold. You say, eyes downcast. I'm not worthy. I'm afraid, and my motives aren't pure. I'm not perfect, and surely I haven't practiced nearly enough. My meditation isn't deep, and my prayers are sometimes insincere. I still chew my fingernails, and the refrigerator isn't clean. Do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Now is the only time you have to be the whole. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true self. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Please, oh please, don't continue to believe in your disbelief. This is the day of your awakening. We are perfectly imperfect in so many beautiful damn ways. Bring your knees together, roll over to the right side, and allow your forehead to come down to the mat. You're in fetal position. And again, just feel the presence of your mat. And take this moment to thank yourself. You earned this, you deserve this. This is such a beautiful way to recalibrate. You are supported, you are loved. When you're ready, you slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And this time I want your hands on your knees, pressing your hands into your knees, creating even more length in your spine. And you sit so tall. And my favorite thing, a teacher had said to me once, and I loved it. She goes, you sit tall, and even your ears pull back like that of a proud dog. You're proud. You should be proud. You work hard. And I love you both for that. And I love Miss Sarah, even though she's on major pause. Sweep your arms up, breathe in. Prayer hands to heart center as you exhale. And you bow your head. Namaste.